Kodocha, also known in Japan as Kodomo no Omocha, is not an anime that many fans of the genre have heard of. Even fans of shoujo anime and manga might miss it because of its obscurity and lack of availability. However, the series definitely has a cult following, with many fans online praising the show for its ability to balance comedic scenarios while tackling more mature adult themes. I decided to create an Iceberg video for the series to discuss interesting and obscure facts about Kodocha that hardcore fans can enjoy, as well as introduce anime fans to this forgotten hidden gem. I think even people who don't regularly watch anime can enjoy Kodocha too, so I hope my video sparks an interest in the series. And one can only hope that someday the series makes a comeback in the form of a reboot if it becomes more popular. Thanks for clicking on this video. Now let's take a deep dive into the world of Kodocha. As with many anime, the original story for Kodocha came from the manga, written by Miho Obana. The story of Kodocha revolves around an 11-year-old child actress named Sana Kurata, who has to deal with a gang of rowdy bullies at her elementary school. The leader of the boys, Akito Hayama, is her arch-nemesis at the beginning of the series, and Sana has to find a way to put a stop to his classroom antics. Throughout the story, we see how each of the characters grow as they go through some difficult scenarios and how it deepens their relationships with one another. One thing I would like to note about this series is how well the author accomplishes this, even with side characters such as Sana's manager Rei, his ex-girlfriend and fellow actress Asako, and Akito's best friend Tsuyoshi and his family's turmoil. The manga was first published in 1994 and ran from 1998, with a total of 10 volumes being released. The manga was published in English for the first time in 2002 by Tokyopop. Both the manga and anime releases have been out of print for over a decade, so trying to track down the entire series is a difficult task. When the manga was adapted into an anime in 1996, there were many changes to the story, especially in later seasons. One minor change I noticed after rereading the manga after watching the series was Sana's dogs being nowhere to be seen in the anime. Yes, Sana has 3 dogs in the manga that you rarely see. There is even a part in the manga where Sana's mother asks her to walk the dogs. It's a little detail, but it blew my mind that I didn't even notice this until reading the manga again. A bigger change that occurs in the second half of the series is the plotline about Sana and her friend and love interest Natsumi going to New York to perform on Broadway. This storyline does not exist in the manga. There is also a point during this arc where Sana and Natsumi become a couple, which also never happens in the manga. It's no secret that Natsumi has strong feelings for Sana throughout the series, but in the manga their relationship is never explored as the main focus was always the relationship between Sana and Akito. Other notable changes are the way Fuka and Akito break up in the later episodes. Fuka never injured her eye in the manga, which was the catalyst for their breakup in the anime. In the manga, Fuka comes to the realization that Akito needed Sana after his change in behavior, and then broke up with him after bringing it to his attention. I did like this change in the anime plotline, as I felt more sympathetic towards Fuka in the anime version of the story, as the breakup was a lot more dramatic in my opinion than the manga version. Sana's realization that she needs to be with Akito also happens differently in the anime, when she plays a part in a TV show where the bully character reminds her of how Akito used to be before she intervened in his classroom shenanigans. Also, the manga and the anime end differently. The anime ends with a short arc about Sana helping Akito start a karate club at their school, while the manga ends on a much more dramatic note, with Akito flying off to America to get surgery on his broken arm. However, the manga shows Akito's return to Japan as he kisses Sana excitedly on the very last page of Volume 10. Last but not least, there are 2 main characters from the anime that do not exist in the manga. Zenjiro, Sana's castmate on her TV show Child's Toy, who is also a real-life comedian in Japan, and Babbitt, the white cat rabbit who comes in every now and then to make silly commentary to break the tension. And this leads me into the next topic on the iceberg. As mentioned earlier, Babbitt acts as the show's narrator and comic relief and has no real purpose in any of the show's storylines, apart from a brief moment in the Takashi arc at the end of the first half of the series. Sana states in a few of the opening sequences how she has no idea what Babbitt is or where he comes from. Throughout the anime, different incarnations of Babbitt appear, most notably the American Babbitt who speaks with a southern accent.
delicious ramen.
Stop talking in your sleep! If you're that tired, then just stay put! But it's so rare for these two to agree on anything! Hey, you gotta wake up now,
Ladies, my
partner!
name's
Come on,
Babbitt.
boy,
What's
wake
your-
up now!
In the second half of the series, Babbitt even has his own song and dance number during the intermission of the episodes. In 2005, Kodocha was finally dubbed into English and released by Funimation in North America. However, only the first half of the series was dubbed, while the second half was abandoned, due to poor DVD sales and Funimation losing the rights to the series. The US English version of Kodocha had a different first opening than the Japanese version. In the US release, the first opening is the second one, which features the characters doing a Macarena-like dance to the song Ultra Relax. The first opening features the song 7 O'Clock News by the band Tokyo. Funimation was unable to get the rights to the song for the North American release, so only the second opening was seen by viewers in the West. However, when the series was re-released on Blu-ray by Discotek Media, the first opening was put back in. Kodocha has been released on multiple forms of home media, including DVD, Blu-ray, VHS tape, and even Laserdisc. Trying to purchase the older forms of home media on sites like eBay or Japanese auction sites are difficult due to how expensive they are. Some volumes are rarer than others, especially when looking at the prices for the Funimation sets. I've noticed the most difficult volume to track down is Volume 10. There are rarely any listings for it online, and when there are, it can go anywhere from $60 to $100, but I don't blame collectors. Volume 10 happens to have one of the best episodes in the entire series. Also, as of right now, there is no official North American release for the second half of the series with English subtitles. Luckily, Discotek Media will be releasing an official sub later in 2022. The English voice cast of Kodocha has some of the greatest voice actors in the industry, including Laura Bailey, who plays Sana, Jerry Jewell as Akito, and John Bergmeyer as Rei. The Japanese voice actors do an incredible job with the characters as well. Sana is played by Shizui Oda, who speaks so frantically in the Japanese dub so much that I can hardly keep up with the words on the screen. Akito is voiced by Tatsuya Nakazaki. I love the dark and brooding voice the English voice actor gave to Akito, but I also like the Japanese voice actor too, as he sounds realistically more like an 11-year-old boy. The voice actor who plays Babbitt in the English dub, Chris Kaysen, has stated that the character is one of his favorites that he has ever played. The voice of Sana's mother, Misako, was voiced by Colleen Klinkenbeard. Many of the characters in Kodocha break out in song from time to time, so this might be the only chance you get to hear your favorite voice actor rap in an anime.
This isn't much fun, it's sad and it's lonely. I think a little lone bear or a little lone pig would be much more fun to be. Yeah! Lone pig.
In Italy, Kodocha is very popular and the show goes by the name Rosanna. Italy even has their own opening sequence. Rosanna is so popular in Italy, they even have their own merchandise. I was only able to find a few pieces of merchandise from Italy online, but it's still really cool how popular it is there. If only Kodocha could get the popularity it deserves on a worldwide scale. Let's Become Adults refers to a manga-only scene involving Sana and Akito, well, doing things that 13-year-olds shouldn't be doing at their age. However, I would like to note that the scene was handled very well, with Rei walking in on them before they can even get started, which was hilarious, and Sana's mother Misako giving the two kids a talking to on how they are too young to be making a decision like that. I'm definitely a sucker for a moral ending. This is another manga-only scene that I wish could have been in the anime. After Akito is stabbed in the arm by one of his classmates, he is sent to the hospital because of his massive blood loss. Sana and her friends are anxiously waiting outside the ER where things are getting very emotional. But what happens to Akito is what I believe to be one of the most moving scenes in all of shoujo manga. Akito's heart stops briefly, and while he is technically dead, he finds himself in an empty place where he meets a woman and starts talking with her. He finds out that this woman is his mother, and she tells him that she gave birth to him so that he could live, and reminds him of how she gave birth to him because she loves him. After she fades away, Akito recalls the time when Sana said those exact words to him during the first book of the series, and he comes back to life. This is one of the most beautiful moments I've ever read or seen in anything, and I tear up every time I get to that part. It's a moment worth sharing for those who have only seen the anime. Definitely check out the manga if you can. It will definitely tug at your heartstrings. There is a strange plot change between the anime and manga regarding Sana's father and who he is. In the anime, it is revealed that Sana's real father is Takashi, who is also an actor and stars with her on her late-night mystery program. However, it's revealed in the manga from Sana's birth mother that she was born from a relationship she had with her uncle. This was never mentioned when Sana meets her true mother in the anime, probably due to the incestuous and illegal nature of the relationship, as her mother gave birth to her at only 14 years old. So is Takashi actually Sana's uncle? This is never confirmed, but my theory is that the original author of the series did not come up with the Takashi plotline in the anime, and the character in the anime was only created to give a more family-friendly story to Sana's father. I personally still found the relationship between Sana and Takashi to be uncomfortable during that arc, but that's a discussion for another video. On a lighter note, the creator of Kodocha, Miho Obana, makes various cameo appearances throughout the anime. In the English dub specifically, she is known for saying, "Obana here," when she does speak. Her most memorable appearance is in a compilation episode featuring the characters on a quiz show answering questions about things that happened in previous episodes. Deep Clear is a manga created in 2010 by Miho Obana and is a spin-off of Kodocha and her other work, Honey Bitter. The manga is about Sana and Akito at age 26 and their separation from one another after Sana gets pregnant. To figure out why Akito has left her, Sana finds help from the main character of Honey Bitter, who is a psychic who works for a detective agency. I won't spoil the ending, but it is a happy one, and I highly recommend checking this out if you are a hardcore Kodocha fan. Before the anime, an OVA, or original video animation, of Kodocha was released in 1995. The OVA features a very different take on each of the characters and the overall tone of the story. Sana has blonde hair instead of reddish-brown, and the OVA has a more stereotypical shoujo anime feel with a lot less comedy. There is no official release of this OVA in the West from what I could find, but it is currently available on YouTube with English, Spanish, and Italian subtitles. The English version can be found on my channel. Hopefully the YouTube gods won't take it down. A fun fact about the OVA that I would like to mention is that Miho Obana actually wrote the song that plays at the end of the video. She mentions this in one of the mangas and the process she went through when writing it. Mizu no Yakata is a manga spin-off of Kodocha written by Miho Obana that is based on the movie Sana and Natsumi worked on at the beginning of the second half of Kodocha in both the manga and the anime. The story of Mizu no Yakata is a mystery about a young boy who is trying to find out what happened to his parents and missing brother, and encounters a strange palace and the ghost of a young girl. As of writing, this spin-off is not available in any other language other than Japanese. With the success of the Kodocha anime in Japan, many toys and collectibles were produced and sold during its popularity. Many of the toys were based on things Sana and her friends use in the show, such as the barucha, the vibrating walkie-talkie, the instant camera, Sana's music recorder, and my personal favorite, the personality profiler. Many of these collectibles are hard to find and go for high prices online, and were only sold in Japan. The commercials for Kodocha merchandise are really silly and cute, and some feature the characters from the show promoting the items. In early 2022, The Eternal Shoujo Cafe in Tokyo began selling limited edition Kodocha items such as keychains and postcards. These items are absolutely adorable. I know it's wishful thinking, but I hope they eventually sell these items in the West for Kodocha fans overseas. In 2015, a stage play based on Kodocha was performed during the month of August in Japan. There is a DVD of the stage play, but it seems to be only available on Japanese sites. No footage of the play has surfaced on YouTube, and I was unable to find footage of it on any other site. If anyone knows anything about the stage play or has seen it, please comment below and let me know your thoughts about it. Something that seems to be a mystery amongst Kodocha fans online is the rumored episode 103 of the anime. There are videos on YouTube titled Episode 103 of Kodocha that show the end credits scene of the very last episode of the series, which is 102. I was unable to find an English sub version of the ending, so I was unable to understand what was being said, but it appeared as if it was a preview for things to come in the next season, which unfortunately never happened. There are some dramatic scenes between Sana and Akito, and there is even a brief scene of Natsumi's family from America coming to see him in Japan. I wasn't able to find anything to confirm if there was supposed to be more episodes after episode 102, so please let me know in the comments if I missed anything or if this is just a conspiracy. There was a forum post created about 15 years ago by user Kitten Eater on the Fangamer website that showed screenshots of a Kodocha-themed Earthbound ROM hack that they were working on. For anyone that is unaware, a ROM hack is a modified video game where graphics, music, and other aspects of the game are altered to create a new game. In this case, the user changed the characters in Earthbound to the characters featured in Kodocha, such as Sana, Akito, Rei, and Babbitt. This isn't an official Kodocha video game, but it's really cool that someone made their own. I wonder if this ROM hack is still being worked on or in existence, although I highly doubt it since it's been over a decade and there's no download link anywhere. Days Without Anything is a lesser-known spin-off manga created by Miho Obana in 2015. This short story features one of Sana's aforementioned dogs' daily life in the Kurata household and his plot to destroy a birthday gift from Akito, as they are very protective of Sana and do not trust him. I couldn't find any information about this spin-off other than on the Kodocha Wikipedia page, but I'd love to see it if anyone has a copy. That's about it for the Kodocha Iceberg. This was such a fun video to make, and there was so much I discovered about the series by doing this. I gotta be honest, it was really difficult doing research on this anime, as there's not much about it online, so there's probably some things that belong on this iceberg that I missed. Please let me know if there's anything I missed or anything I messed up in the comments below. This is my favorite anime and manga series of all time, and I love to talk about it. I hope to make more videos about it soon, so please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more Kodocha content in the future. Thank you so much for watching. See ya!